So during the Sultanate period, during the 13th and 16th century AD, the larger villages, district headquarters, all these turned into towns and were known as kasbahs. And in 14th century, Ibn Battuta, a Moroccan traveler, visited India during the Sultan period, and at that time the important cities for trade and industry were Delhi, Lahore, Ahmedabad, Sonargaon and Jaunpur. So this is the image of Moroccan traveler Ibn Battuta. How was the urbanization during the Mughal period? The peace and security was there, and it ensured that the growth of trade and commerce. And because of growth in the trade and commerce, there was growth in the urban centers as well. And main urban centers during this Mughal period were Agra, Delhi, Lahore, Multan, Tata and Srinagar. These were in the north. Ahmedabad, Surat, Ujjain, Patan were in the west. Sonargaon, Hooghly, Pataliputra, Chitgaon, Murshidabad, these were the trade areas during the Mughal period in the east. There were many administrative centers as well, so the rulers built new capitals and renovated the old ones. The administrative capitals of the Delhi Sultans and Mughal emperors were Agra, Delhi and Lahore. These developed into big thriving cities. Muhammad Tughlaq built his capital at Daulatabad in the AD 1327 and Feroz Shah Kotla in Delhi, Firozabad and Jaunpur. Akbar built his capital near Fatehpur Sikri and also built a fort near Allahabad, a place near Banaras. What were the trading towns? The growth of markets encouraged both internal and external trade. Well-maintained roads helped this trade. Ibn Battuta described Delhi as a major business center. Caravans people, they arrived at Peshawar. They bought goods from the Deccan, Gujarat, Multan and other parts of the India. And Lahore was also an important trading city. Coming to port cities, India had active coastal trade since ancient times between the kingdoms, subcontinents and with countries across the sea route. So what are the important port cities in India? Sonargaon, Masulipattnam in the eastern coast, Kollam, Kozhikode, Mangalore in the Malabar coast, Bhatkal in Karnataka, Limbodar, Khambat and Surat were in Gujarat, and these were important port cities. Next, let's see about the religious centers. In south, towns such as Mamalapuram, Tanjavur, Madurai, Mysore were important religious centers. Srirangam temple, Brihadeshwar temple in Tanjavur, Hindus considered them as important sites. And in the Deccan region, the temples at Hassan, Hampi, Badami, Patadakkal, Aurangabad, they were the main centers of pilgrimage. Along the Ganga river were towns such as Prayag, Haridwar and Varanasi. And both Muslims and Hindus visited dargahs of the Sufi saints Nizamuddin Alia in Delhi and Dargah of Khwaja Moinuddin Chishti in Ajmer. Amritsar was the holiest city of Sikhs in the 16th century AD. This is the image of Srirangapatnam temple, and this is the image. Let's study about a new chapter called Crown, Trade and Craftsperson. First, let's see about the trade and the traders. So the internal trade in India, it grew due to an organized system set up by a government. The ruler Alauddin Khalji, he strictly supervised the marketplaces. He also built new roads and also undertook the repair of the old roads. How was the internal trade? The Sindh region, it specialized in cotton textiles, silk trade, wooden articles, ivory bangles and also salt. And Delhi and Agra city were well known for the paper and the glassware. So many foreign travelers used to visit India. Their writings tell us that cereals, pulses, oilseeds, sugarcane, cotton, hemp, indigo, poppy and betel, all these crops were grown for trade purpose. Along with that, vegetables were also grown, and all the internal trade used to take place over the land route and also along the water route. And along the water route, over the river Ganga, Brahmaputra, Godavari, Tapi and Narmada, trade used to take place. So in this image, students, you see different type of cereals and pulses and many grains. Next, let's see about the foreign trade. So the Malabar coast was the main base for the shipping of the goods, And for the trade with the Far East, it was carried out through Bay of Bengal water route. A large number of coins were recovered from India. So large number of coins from India were recovered in countries such as Persia, China, Africa. It gives us a belief that trade was carried between these countries and India. So trade was carried on between these regions and India. We came to know by this finding that Indian coins were found in other countries also. The main things India exports were spices, textiles, precious stones, ivory, and articles with inlay works. And the chief articles of import were horses, dry fruits, and precious stones. Different communities were involved in different trades in different parts of the country. For example, Multani and Punjabi merchants, they handled the northern business. Gujarat and Rajasthani people handled the bats. And foreign traders from Central Asia, known as Khorasanis. Next comes crafts and craftspeople. Indian crafts, Indian arts were very much patronized by the rulers. There were much ornamental work in cut stones, ivory, pearl, tortoise shell. All these ornamental works were produced in South India. And fishing was done for pearl purpose. This was a major industry. And patola silk with natural dyes. This was popular in Southeast Asia. Kasim Bazar in Bengal. It was a trade for cotton and silk goods. Malabar in Kerala. This was famous for colored and printed cloth material called calico. And other important textile producing centers were Golconda, Shaliat, and Pulicat. Golconda was famous for kalamkari products. Palampur was famous for painted fabrics during the Mughal and Deccan courts. Hardwood furniture with inlay work was famous from Sindh, Gujarat, and Deccan people. And art of carpet weaving. This also reached great heights during the Mughal era. This is the woodwork being carried.